What's up, guys? It's me, Indo Gaming, and today I'm going to talk about a game known as Out of Space. Yeah, pretty much just take outcome memories and, turn it into Undertale, right? That kind of just explains it. So for this video, I'm going to go over the teasers that were shown, and I'm also going to talk about the roster, and I'm also going to talk about the scrapped characters as well. Why? Because I fucking want to. That's about it. Wow. Well, yeah, first 30 seconds, I'm already swearing like a sailor. Honestly, I'm not surprised. This is just my content in general. But anyways, I thought it'd be cool to make a video about this game because I haven't really seen much talk about it recently. And it looks really high quality too. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it.
But we need to survive the substance!
But please, don't give up. I want to see the moment your determination cracks under the pressure.
Alright, before we continue, I would like to point out that this isn't an official animation that's going to be in the game. It's basically just an animation test, And this is kind of what you can expect to see the quality like moving forward, right? Like, you get to see how high quality the models are and whatnot, so, in my personal opinion, I fucking love this one. Right? And, yeah, what else is there to say about this? I don't know. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, so this is a look at sensational illness, right? So pretty much this is, what is M1 is gonna look like. But that's pretty much it. Also, that's what the older version of the UI looks like. I think there's a new one. I'm gonna have to look back, right? I'm gonna have to look at it again and shit. But yeah, unlike those Forsaken YouTubers, I'm just not gonna overanalyze it. I'm not gonna overanalyze every teaser. I'm just gonna point out some things I find cool and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, I'd like to also point out how high quality the models are yet again. Like, these models, honestly, I feel like this game when it releases, is definitely going to be in my top 10 games to ever play, okay? Not only will it be high in quality and whatnot, but honestly, the soundtrack, I like it too. So let's move on to the next teaser so I'm not going on forever. Okay, so these are the Bone Walker animations. Very scary indeed. Very scary. Okay, so I'll go over like I said, later on I'm going to go over these characters and whatnot. But right now we're just going over the video teasers. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. There's nothing much to say here because it's like literally just a ton of sound effects. I'm not going to overanalyze each one. Alright, so this is a look at the character selection, I assume, right? Yeah. That's the character selection. One thing I'd like to point out that I like as a detail is the fact that on the survivor side of things, it's the normal sans bones, right? And then on the killer side of things, it's these red spikes. I actually like that. So, there's nothing other to talk about other than the awesome sensational illness model. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck else to talk about when it comes to this, okay? So cut me some slack.
I am not falling for that shit! No, please, don't kill me. Oh, are you stupid? You look really scared. Wow. Too late, Sam. We've gone too far.
Alright, so this is a teaser for the idle animation for Papyrus EXE, right? You know, I'll go over, like I said, I'm going to go over the characters later, so I'll give an explanation to who each character is later. I know I sound like a broken record when I'm saying this, but though, like, I feel like it's necessary to point this out a lot. I don't know. Because there's some people out here who probably don't know who Papyrus EXE is, so yeah, like I said, I'll explain them later when I talk about the roster and whatnot. So yeah, let's go on to the next teaser. This is the Not Sans idle animation. It's very peak. You can trust me on this one. Nothing much to talk about here, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is some more Not Sans stuff, right? And there's a few things to talk about here. This is the walking, the running, and the jumping animation. Now, one thing I'd like to point out too, though, that's a really nice touch, is that the eyes also like move when he moves as well. Like they go up and down and all that. That's actually a really nice detail to have. And personally, I'm all for it. So, yeah, there's nothing else to talk about, so let's move on. Now, I would say this is a 2-in-1, like, teaser and whatnot, right? But it's not. It's just a preview of the stun animation. Not Sans. The reasoning behind this, pretty much Dream Sans has been scrapped, along with anything Dreamtail related. So, I mean, no Nightmare Sans and all that, right? So, yeah, but this is like some of the moves what it looks like when it comes to Dream Sans. So, yeah, I'll dive more into it when I go over the roster, okay? I'm not going to explain everything when I'm just analyzing some teasers, right? Now, let's go on to Not Sans, alright? Enough yapping about Dream over there. Let's just talk about Not Sans, okay? So, the thing that I like the most about this is the fact that not only does his eyes move yet again, which, like I said, that's a really nice detail to touch on, is the eyes moving. But also, like, for splits, like at the end of it, right, when he's going out of his stun animation, you can kind of see him getting all angry and stuff, I think. Like, his facial expression changes and all that. That's another nice detail to have as well. So, personally, this game is definitely going to be great when it comes out. I know it. It's just Gerson. And it's a rival animation too, but yeah, it's just Gerson. So, yeah. There's nothing much to talk about here. Let's go on to the next one. This is the Not Sans kill animation, so yeah, what is there really to talk about here? Well, I actually do like the detail of the face changing and all that. And also, if I remember correctly, he's supposed to be like sucking out the soul of the survivor that he kills. So that's a cool detail as well. So without much more to say, let's go on to the next one. This is the finished idle animation for Papyrus EXE. It's pink. I like it. So, yeah. There's nothing really much to comment on here without me sounding like a broken record, you know? Because I know I'm going to go on about the moving eyes is a nice detail for the billionth goddamn time. But that's fine. Right? I'm not gonna really talk about eyes anymore, dude. You already know what my thoughts are on it. So, yeah, let's go. Alright, so this is pretty much what Dream Sans' ability could have been, right? Like, as you already saw, that like before, right? The whole the little jump stun animation thing, little stun move, right? That you've already seen in a previous teaser, but this one shows a new one that, you know, that like if Dream Sans wasn't scrapped and whatnot, Dream Sans would have been more of like a sentinel support type, right? Like, can stun the killer while also healing his teammates. So, personally, I wonder if they're could be a character that does have this moveset implemented, right? But we're gonna have to find out in future teasers, I guess, right? Like, I'll make update videos when there's enough teasers and whatnot. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next teaser. This is the Papyrus EXE run animation, I think. If I remember, I think that's what they said, right? So pretty much he's just gonna be levitating in the air when he runs. So that'll be interesting to see, right? And personally, I know I'm probably gonna sound like a broken record, but the eye moving there is a really nice detail in my opinion. So, do this as you will. There's nothing much else here to comment on. Let's move on to the next one. This is for Undertale Undyne, and this is what her expression's gonna look like. Well, not her expression, like when she's under 50%. You know what I mean, right? So, pretty much, believe it or not, Undertale Undyne is a survivor. Yeah, believe it or not. Anyways, so with that out the way, this concludes the video segment of the teasers shown, right? Now, real quickly, I'd like to point out that before you say anything about the whole, what about that video that was sent of, not Sans' little particle thing in his mouth? Sorry, my phone wouldn't let me download it. I'm not even joking when I say this. My phone won't let me download it. So, yeah, you're gonna have to look in the Discord. I will be linking that in the description, by the way. I'll be linking the server where you can find all the progress on Out of Space in the description, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. Now then, let's move on to the next segment.
But we need to survive the...
These are the renders for Insanity Sans, Bone Walker, Not Sans, and Sensational Illness. And yes, I am talking about the killers when it comes to these renders. Let's move on to the survivor renders now. Hold on. Future Indo Gaming here. My phone finally allowed me to download that teaser and whatnot, so yeah, let's just get a quick look. I'm just gonna quickly show it, and then we're going to move on to the next image. Alright, so that's the particle thing for when he sucks out the soul of a survivor. Okay? Alright, now then, let's move on to the next image. This is Comical Despair. I'll go over Comical Despair when I talk about the other characters. That's all that needs to be said. So, yeah, that's pretty much just confirmation about Comical Despair, nothing else. Really, honestly. This is the Papyrus EXE render. I couldn't really fit it in with the other characters, because I wanted to, you know, get the most out of the renders as much as I could, right? Like, you know, show them as much detail as I possibly could while I was trying to shove them all in one space. You can obviously see how well that one worked. So, yeah. I know I said I'd show off the survivor ones, but though I didn't mean to say survivors. I meant to say other killers. But that's what it is. It is what it is. Alright, let's move on to the... Okay, so you might be wondering, why did I put Dusttail Sands with the other two survivors? Personally, because I'm not sure if Dusttail Sands is gonna be a survivor or a killer. Most likely a killer, but still, my confusion here is valid. Because I look at the confirmed roster and I don't... of the killers, aka anomalies. And I don't see Dusttail Sands on there anywhere, so, yeah, it's kind of vague what Dusttail Sands is, so that's why I'm just kind of pairing him with the others. And, yeah, that's why... Like... Yeah, that's just why. You know? So anyways, let's move on to the next few renders of the survivors. Here we have Undyne, Swap Papyrus, Delta Sands, and Science Sands. Well, yes, there are more confirmed characters, but they just don't have a render yet. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next image. Alright, so this is the character select again, except this time it's showing what the survivor side of things is gonna look like. So that's pretty much all there is to discuss there. So yeah, this is what the health UI is going to look like. So I think it's really cool, and yeah, I can't see what it looks like for each survivor. These are the icons for 3 of the killers, that being Papyrus EXE, Sensational Illness, and Not Sands. And one thing I'd like to point out is that the borders for each icon are different depending on the character. That's a nice touch, and I love it. So, yeah. This is a concept for It's You and Me, pretty much. This is a new confirmed killer. I'll attempt to explain its origins, because it's more custom fitted for Outer Space, because I don't really recall there being an Undertale AU with this guy in it, so do with that information as you will. So, yeah. Next. So, this is another view of the Not Sands kill animation. Nothing much here. You know, I would try to answer who the fuck that is, but I can't even answer that. I don't even know what the fuck. I know it's like a version of Undyne. That's all I know. Fuck. By the way, still getting over getting sick. Not fun. Anyways, but if you were to ask me to stun that, I would probably... I don't think I could, because that thing looks like a sleep paralysis demon. Like, I am not even joking when I say this. That is actually that'd be kind of scary to see in game. So yeah. Good luck surviving that whenever it releases. And this concludes the whole segment of you know, the picture teasers. Now I'm going to go over the roster, and I'll explain and I will, and you know, I know I said I would explain the origins of each character, right? But I'll do that in a separate video, because personally I think that would be I think it would be better off as a whole separate video on its own, right? So pretty much I'm just gonna talk about the confirmed roster, deconfirmed roster, reasons why there's like characters that are scrapped or deconfirmed, right? Like, that's about all this next segment is going to be about. So, yeah. Let's get on with it.
But you need to survive the
Alright, so here we are at the final segment, right? So, what are the confirmed characters? Well, I'll tell you right now, they've pretty much been shown throughout the entire video, right? But I'll just list them off again, right? Like, there's some characters that I've never heard of until now, by the way, so I'm gonna be researching, like, a lot of these characters in the meantime. So, yeah. Expect the whole origin video to come out later on. Anyways, let's go over the confirmed characters. So on the killer side of things, we have Not Sand, Sensational Illness, Piracy XE, Comedic Despair. If I remember correctly, it's you, it's me. It's also, by the way, I don't know why I call it It's You and Me. Trust me, I'm a fucking dumbass. So just keep that in mind, by the way. So, yeah. Anyways, we also have whatever the fuck that Undying thing was. And, who else? Honestly, I forgot who else there was. I'm not joking about this, by the way. Just remembered it was. There's also Insanity Sands, and there's like Skull EXE. I think that's a killer for the game. I don't know, dude. The creator was making like 2 games, I think. I don't know what happened to the other game, but yeah. Anyways, I think Undertale is a killer. Most likely going to be a killer, you know? Because, like, considering Undertale's lore and whatnot. So if he's a survivor, well, I would... Well then, color me purple and put me in a Springwalk suit. I'd be surprised. Anyways. Yeah. That's about that, I guess. Oh, and also don't forget about Bone Walker. Also, I'd like to point out, if I forget about some of these characters, like I said, I never heard about them until now. Literally, like, I never knew Not Sands existed until I saw Out of Space, so yeah. Like, I am not even joking when I say this, right? Like, so just be patient with me when it comes to these types of things, right? Like, I know of some of the characters from like things like Undertale and whatnot, but there's some things I've never even heard of until now. Like, I didn't know Bone Walker existed until now. So, yeah. It's something. So, let's move on to the confirmed survivors. So, for survivors, we have Sands, Delta Sands, Ink Sands, Science Sands, Error Papyrus, Asgore, Grelby, Gerson, also, I believe we do have Undertale Sands and Undertale Undying. That one, Undertale Undying's confirmed too, so yeah. Anyways, now then, for the scrapped character and deconfirmed characters so basically Fever Tail. anything Fever Tail related is basically like, allegedly it's all AI generated, right? So there's that, I guess. It's a shame too, because it actually looked like an interesting series when it kept popping up on my feed and shit. But then just to find out it's like allegedly AI generated really made it lose everything. So, Horror Tale, because controversy that I don't feel like talking much about, since many people have already talked about it already. I think you know, yeah, Axtale, weird shipping shit. Also the weird Franz ship, I guess. I think that's part of it. There's anything fucking whatchamacallit? Let's see, what's it called again? There's also True Insanity, because the creator had a falling out with the creator of True Insanity. There's also Six Bones. Yeah, pretty much the reasoning behind this is because, you know, just because, like, sure, the design's creepy and all, but the lore with the character, though, just wouldn't really fit. Since all the characters that are killers have malice and whatnot. This one is more of a confused child or something, right? We also have Halo's Dust Belief, and Halo is just a problematic person. Alright? That's all that needs to be said. I don't feel like searching up this controversy. Why? Because if I were to explain every fucking controversy within the Undertale community, this video would be like 60 years long. Literally. Like, I am not joking. There's so many controversies when it comes to this community that's actually terrifying. Dreamtale, because of serious allegations against the creator of it. And then we also have Godverse, since the creator of the game isn't really interested in it. Dutch Shade, that's gonna most likely be a skin. It's not gonna be its own character. Okay? Just remember, I'm getting all this information from the official Discord server, by the way. Just keep that in mind. Alpha Tail, problematic owner. Okay, so Uncle Samsonite skin, that's deconfirmed. That's never happening. Alright, so sorry, I was thirsty. That's pretty much it for this segment. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know, right? And yeah, I can't wait for this game to come out. And I'll make a video on it as soon as it releases, hopefully. And yeah, until then guys, peace.